Clinky. Bula.
What's Bula?
Have you guys
This
ever tried kava?
What? Okay, isn't kava a non-alcoholic beer?
But does it? Yeah, it's a drink that gives you all the side effects of alcohol without the cognitive impairment. It tastes like dirt water. Nasty.
Okay.
Fucking nasty.
Because I've seen kava bars before.
They're disgusting. We went to one.
Okay.
Last weekend. Don't do it. But when you cheers, instead of saying cheers, you say bula.
Is it Latin?
It's like a Pacific island. It's like a...
Oh, okay. Like wherever kava originated from.
Yeah.
Quava. Quavin.
So, instead of cheers, it's bula.
Quavin.
I was making a joke. It's quava drink. Quavin. Is that what it's called?
Kava?
Kava. Kavin.
Are you
Got
okay?
it? No. I'm not okay. Second or third round.
Yeah. Well, this is only my second.
Can I catch up?
Do you see how full this is?
I know, because I told you to
That's
keep
like
going.
2-1.
It's twofer.
You should have kept going.
It's like
Fill it up to the brim.
I'm gonna be feeling a little silly.
Little lady.
Still a little lady.
Not
Not
a-
a little goose.
She didn't say lady, she said lady.
It's a lady.
Hello.
You be feeling it, aren't you?
Shorty lady.
You like trailed off at the end. I was
She
like,
did. It sounded like lady.
I was like, oh, still a lady? Still a little goose?
It's gonna be a little lady.
Little itty bitty.
Itty bitty lady.
Yeah.
I don't want to be an itty bit lady.
Okay.
I want to be a lot of bit lady.
Not like a itty bitty titty.
But yeah, I can't relate to that one. Sorry.
I can't either.
Nope.
Hey,
Go
none of us
away.
are in the itty bitty titty.
Go
club.
away.
Cheers, drink to that.
God blessed us. Thank you.
Bula.
Or self-blessed.
You're like, I grew them
I
myself.
grew them, yeah.
My mommy gave them to
Get up,
me.
honey. Get down, baby. You're very sweet. Get down.
Okay, now that we're all kind of crazy. That's a perfect intro. Who's leading?
You're in the middle.
Oh, it's me. Okay.
It's me.
Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
We don't support Taylor Swift here, sorry. Alright, anyway.
Okay, anyways, welcome back to the Undiagnosed podcast. We are your hosts,
Cat.
Kirsten,
Sarah.
Sarah. I think we have some news. Don't we have some news to share?
Oh.
So, a couple of us have gotten diagnoses. So our Undiagnosed podcast, Undiagnosed ADHD, I can't talk right now.
Cut!
So guys, I have to tell you something.
Yes. We have to leave this because anyways.
Oh god!
Ram!
Don't fucking bully me.
We're doing our best. Yes, we need to change the name of our podcast.
We do.
I am no longer undiagnosed. I have been diagnosed with ADHD.
Yes.
You
I have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
and
That's been
Kat
fun.
has been diagnosed with being
I'm
a
just-
baddie. So.
A baddie.
Yeah, okay.
Hey.
Hey.
So I think we can't really be the undiagnosed ADHD podcast anymore.
No, so this will be our official last undiagnosed ADHD podcast post.
Sad.
But it's okay.
But we're still recording.
We're still recording. Absolutely. We're just gonna have a little name change.
A little name change, a
We have some
little
ideas.
A whittle?
topic shift conversation.
I think it's all gonna be the same thing. We don't really.
We might talk about Kirsten's bipolar disorder.
We might.
I don't have bipolar disorder, but I'd love to learn about it.
Me neither.
I don't know how to be a baddie, but I'd love to learn how to be one.
I teach you all the ways.
Never do that again.
Oh no.
You started it.
I did not start it.
You did the hee-hees first.
We're just copying you.
Anyways,
It was cat.
so we're a little unhinged today.
A little unhinged.
We have a lot going on.
We're drinking some adult juice.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot going on.
Yeah,
we do.
Okay.
exactly. And we're just here to talk about trauma. Cue the unhinged adult beverages.
So how do you deal with trauma? Exhibit A.
Right here. Hello. No, seriously.
We cry. We laugh.
We go to therapy.
We go to
diagnosed with
therapy.
bipolar disorder.
Navigate something
Yeah.
new.
More adult juice.
Maybe some crying.
Again.
Dad jokes, which are my favorite.
Your dad jokes come out when you're feeling
Uh-huh.
some
Yes.
type of way.
They do. Catherine. So I'm sorry. Don't like that. Kat.
Catherine.
Hey, Kat. Don't you have some
I didn't-
trauma?
I have lots of trauma.
Have you guys seen the videos where they laugh songs?
Yes, so we need to do that.
Yes.
Ends of the vocal spectrum there.
Quick, can you laugh without smiling?
I like
I
the
didn't
ear.
I didn't even make it. It's dirty. It's so dirty. I'm in the fucking middle.
Girls, get down.
Oh,
Get down, girls. Come on.
So glad I did my makeup for this.
Oh my god, you're crying.
Yeah.
Can you start crying? Keep going. Can you, I don't know, like, go
Right,
away?
Stop. Okay. Like, ignore them and they'll stop.
I'm trying.
I haven't done the no laughing, no smile laugh yet.
Okay, Go.
Wait, hold on. You have a tear.
Thank you.
Ray, get down. Get off. No.
I can't even do it. Oh, that's a fail. Anyways,
Yeah.
Truth.
Truthfully, though, I don't deal with trauma with this.
no, I don't either.
Excuse me.
Once
You're
upon a
excused.
time I did, but I've grown.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I caught that before you guys could catch it. I dealt with my trauma with alcohol for a long time when I was going through my first big breakup,
Same,
which was
we were
also COVID lockdown.
Which was the same with me.
we were drinking
That's
every night.
right. Yeah.
Same.
I
Kat
threw up purple.
took my
Ew.
homeless self in
Uh-huh.
and gave me a home,
Yeah.
and we took shots
Yeah.
all the time.
Kinky, hypnotic. We were mixing drinks
Mm-hmm.
every night after work.
Moscow mules.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
The Moscow
great.
I fucking
mules.
hate myself.
We were playing like truth or dare, like card games and
Truth or
shit.
drink,
Do you remember when
Cards
David and
Against
Alec
Humanity.
played it and they had
What was that?
Alec and David had to like play tag or whatever
Like,
it was?
run out the door.
They had to run out the door.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun. But no, I used to deal with my trauma that way.
Same.
When I don't know, when you feel such fresh trauma that you
Yeah.
don't
Don't know
know
how
how to
to-
deal
yeah.
with and you've never experienced before.
Uh-huh.
It's easier just to mute it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a push it down
I
kind
am
of gal. And if I don't have to deal with it, I don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I drink and then I drunk cry, and then it's not fun for anyone.
Well, I think a lot
So
of
it comes
times
out.
it's because you're your true, authentic self when the alcohol comes out, right? But it makes sense where you drink, then you're able to feel those
Mhm.
feelings, and you can
Yeah.
blame it on the alcohol.
Mm.
And you don't really have to feel them. You can go through that with the alcohol, but it's not okay. It's not a good thing to go through.
Yeah.
And then you can say, I have no idea what you're talking about when they talk
Mhm.
about it later. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like, oh, sorry, I blacked out. I forgot.
What even happened?
I mean,
Like,
I'm
I
sure a
didn't
lot
say
of
that.
people
I've done that.
use that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not anymore. I've been going to therapy to deal with my trauma. and I don't use alcohol to heal the inside boo-boos.
I do it to take the edge off occasionally,
Yeah,
but the last like 2 weeks I've been drinking every day.
really.
Nope, since I went to Vegas every day. So at least 3 weeks. Nope, 4 weeks.
So, Kat, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine.
How are things?
It's a safe place.
It's a safe place. You can talk to us about how you feel.
If you don't want to do it on camera, we can do it outside the camera.
Seems
I'm
like
okay.
You're going through a lot.
I'm okay. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I love you too.
I won't say it too,
We
'cause I
need
know
to
that makes
bring
you
the
cringe.
bottle.
But you know, there's feelings.
Oh
Where are you
God.
Just getting more alcohol.
We do need that.
I told you!
What?
I said that's the end of it. She was like, oh, that's fine. I go, no.
Get the red.
Yep.
Am I still in frame?
Yeah.
You guys could have seen the way she walked back. It was like a toddler with a sippy cup walking.
She's like,
Go
I
away.
got my juice.
I got my juice.
I got a jar of dirt.
I got a jar.
And guess what's inside it?
I got a jar.
What is with this team today, man?
Anyways.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
You know,
alright.
surprisingly, yes. I'm okay.
I'm better now that I'm with you guys.
Aw.
Because I missed you.
I missed you guys too.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a long time. I went to Colorado and then I went to Florida.
Yeah, fuck you.
I know. Didn't take us with you? What the fuck?
Rude.
I'm just me here. You too, bitch. You went to Las Vegas.
A month ago!
Still. I haven't gone nowhere. Since the summertime.
Okay, so
When I
we
drove
can just
back from Tennessee.
we can just plan a girls trip.
I am planning a girls trip. Did you
Okay,
check your emails?
in 3 fucking years. Yeah, I
Still-
checked my email last night. We can
Wait,
do
you
one
sent
in
it
like
right now?
6 months.
I
Bitch,
did.
we're going in
Started
one
up
in
right
like
on
6 months.
101.
Huh?
What are you saying?
This one, we're going on
Oh,
a
yeah.
trip.
My bachelorette.
In our favorite rocket ship. Sailing through the
Oh,
sky. Come aboard, get ready to explore. Little Einstein.
Okay, I don't think any of us are actually doing okay.
I think we haven't been like this since our old job.
Mm-mm.
But not that anything's been happening.
Yeah, not really.
We've just been dealing with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been
Personally.
Mm-hmm.
Not work related. Just I mean,
Yeah,
yes, work related, but like more personal over work related.
But not like work last year related. Like how it was
Correct.
like last year we trauma bonded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's okay. She's actually...
Excuse me.
I'll give that a 9 out of 10.
A 9 and a 10?
9 out of
A 9
10.
out of 10.
I really want some chicken wings.
All
Oh
right.
God, okay.
Text David. Bring them over.
There's no
Wings.
chicken wings at my
Now,
house.
except
We have to go get them.
Oh, we can go.
who's driving?
Anyway, real talk. Real talk. Trauma.
Yes.
How do you deal with your trauma? Obviously, we're just having a silly goose little time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you don't actually use that. I don't actually use it. You don't actually use alcohol to deal with
No.
trauma. How do you deal with trauma?
I've been talking with my therapist because I'm in that, bipolar over here. I don't have a set thing yet, but I know like my self-care really helps if I'm being traumatized or really vocalizing if something's feeling a certain way or whatever.
Talking about your feelings.
Yeah. Talking about my feelings, really setting clear boundaries for myself, giving myself grace as well. Like I'll tell my therapist certain things that happen, and I'm like beating myself down about it, and she'll turn around and go, "But you did this in the same scenario. Did you see that?" And I go, "Oh, I didn't even see that it happened." And she goes, "Well, kudos. Like remind yourself of those good things." So I'm having to like really remind myself of I am human.
Yep.
I still have these things.
But look at all the great things you're also doing.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't really have a set thing that I do besides just like reminding myself of, hey, this happened doesn't mean it's actually that, or
Fight it with the facts.
exactly.
Oh, that's all my
That's what
therapist
literally
says.
what my therapist said last week. She goes, "And did you fight it with the facts?" I was like, "No."
I hate that
Never
because
heard that
I'm
before.
so. Yeah, my therapist always says that you need to remind yourself of the facts. Like when you're going through, what if scenarios, or you think someone feels a certain way about you, or you maybe misinterpreted a certain situation. Fight it with the facts of, okay, well, they did this thing for me, and if they did that, then they don't actually feel this way about me. Or yesterday, this person said they loved me, and they're not going to change their mind overnight, so they still love me. Those kinds of things.
We haven't gotten there yet.
It's hard for me.
Yeah.
It is.
It's so hard because my girl brain is like, ooh, emotions and feelings and trauma and PTSD.
Yep.
Oh my.
But then like this other side of my brain, oh my. The other side of my brain is like the rational brain tells my little girl brain, hey, you're being stupid. But that wins most of the time.
99% of the time.
Most of the time. Like right now, Alec, my fiance, is going to Guam for a month. And the very first time he went to Guam 2 years ago, we had a really terrible experience. You guys know. We almost broke up. Big source of trauma for me. So like I hate the word triggered because like it's such a political word now.
Yeah.
But I get triggered when he goes.
Don't do air quotes. You feel triggered. That's it.
Your feelings are valid,
It's
Sarah.
a stupid word.
Or just say like, I'm feeling traumatized.
I feel
my
impacted.
impacted.
My PTSD start to come back when he goes because I can't control the situation. And so right now, as he's going there, this is helping me be distracted and not think about it. But also, the first year was really hard, and the second year was so much better. So now I'm trying to fight it with the facts of, did we almost break up the second time he went? No. Were things super great when he came back? Yes. Did we have great communication the entire time? Yes. Did he stop loving me after he came back? No. Are we still getting married in November? Yes. There you go. Like all the facts, but it is tough. It's really tough. But I feel like the more that I've been on my therapy journey, it has gotten easier. Like truthfully, my big emotional responses to things and trauma when I'm feeling triggered and I'm feeling overwhelmed has gone better. Truthfully.
I'm still working on that. I have triggers that I didn't realize were triggers until they happened. Like,
Okay.
texting's a big trigger for me. In the sense of like, if I say something to you and you give me some BS excuse or something, and to me it sounds like it's not like the truth, or to me if it feels like you're yelling at me, I immediately shut down and like make up like all these reasons of, well, they're mad at this, so I need to do this, I need to do that, X, Y, and Z. Like, maybe it's you and I texted you something, and my text maybe it sounded demanding or whatever, but like ADHD brain, I just need to say it, right? And I said it, and then you read it a certain way, and then you send me like some nasty message, right? Then I'm like, well, what the fuck happened? Because all I said was conveyed my feelings, and yes, texting in general is whatever.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough. But also like if you are just short with me, then that triggers my, oh god, what are we fighting now? Because X, Y, and Z happened in the past.
Yeah.
Silent treatment really triggers me.
Oh yeah,
I hate that.
100%.
So I don't know. I'm sorry for that.
Learning how to handle
Working on how to handle it and learning like it's okay to let people like just talk to me. Doesn't mean they're saying something bad. Doesn't mean they're saying whatever. I just need like read it for what it is and not assume. That makes you an asset of you and me.
Oh, assuming kills everything.
Yep. I have other trauma. Definitely, I have like family trauma. I have other trauma I found out that I didn't realize was trauma until This
So you
needs
talked about it?
therapy. Yeah.
Trauma presents differently though, depending on the trauma and the level of trauma.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, trauma in the real sense is something that affects you like physically and emotionally
I
for
got the
more
definition.
than just that period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
What, like, we could go through the same thing and I might be really affected by it months and years afterwards, and you might be like, no big deal. It wasn't traumatic for you, but it was traumatic for me.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's different.
Yep, has psychological and emotional effects.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 different types of trauma.
That's a lot of trauma.
That was a lot of trauma.
Mm-hmm. It just depends on the type of trauma. So,
Okay.
like, you've got your personal, you've got your witnessing, you've got your told, you've got your, like, generational, you've got, like, your worldly. So it just kind of depends.
Yeah, I feel like your personal trauma is obviously going to be what affects you the most because it's personal to you.
Yeah.
I think you and I had talked, like, I think we had talked about this privately, but, like, your guys' relationship is different than my relationship with Tim.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you'll tell me a story about you and Alec, or you'll tell me a story about you and David. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I start, like, feeling the trauma from mine and Tim's relationship because if that scenario had happened with me and Tim, it'd been a whole different thing. And I get really defensive for you guys. I'm like, mama bear over you guys.
Because then your trauma's coming up of like, oh, no, this is what happened for me, and this is how we need to handle it, and da-da-da. When, it's not the same. But I appreciate it.
I do appreciate
Very
the
sweet.
protectiveness.
I do. That's all I'm love. I would kick your asses. I don't know if I could actually kick Alex's ass though, but I would try.
You saying you could kick David's
I
ass?
could kick David's ass.
I don't know about that.
I could kick David's
You could
ass.
sit on him for sure.
That's still kicking his ass. I know
He's gonna hate me for that. He knows jujitsu. Jujitsu. Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu?
We talked about that this morning. He knows that.
When did David learn jujitsu?
When he was young, he had a friend.
And he remembers it, and he's been practicing it.
No.
No.
But he remembers it.
I took karate when I was younger.
Cool.
Do you remember
I took boxing when I was young.
Do you remember?
No, I don't remember it.
I've never punched somebody, but I'm pretty sure I
did boxing like a couple years ago in gym, and my punches were pretty.
I'm pretty sure I could do a good right hook. Yeah, but I'd still be fucked up because your elbows were right there. So, but I'm just saying. Anywho.
Well, I fight dirty. Thank you. You don't know, but I do.
And now I know.
I'll fight dirty. Any way to win the upper hand, I will do it. Anyways, that was weird. Moving on.
So, I don't know what that
Can we
was
move on,
about.
please?
Yeah, so something else that I do to deal with my trauma, and this is very specific to me. I know you guys don't feel the same way, but I'm more of a religious type of person, and I've found that as I have invested more time in like going to church and praying and reading the Bible and spending time with God, I've been able to be like, okay, big man, please take this anxiety from me. Especially like over Alec. Especially over that too, like right now. And I genuinely have been feeling a lot better. So like dealing with those like big, okay, something is triggering your trauma and then you're feeling really overwhelmed. How are you dealing with it? Sometimes just like praying is also for me. But it's not for everyone.
No, it's not for everyone. But I love that you have that for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know I'm not a religious person. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, okay. I respect that for you. That's your thing, and that's what works for you, and that's what helps you.
Yeah. Like if you went outside and like wanted to do handstands and backflips and dig a hole and sit in it, then that helped you with your trauma, I'd be like, great, I'll help you.
That was very specific.
I was like, great, I'll help you.
Have you seen that before?
No, I just was thinking something so stupid. Honestly, if it's healthy, I'll support it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're going down a rabbit hole of drugs and self-harm type of stuff, I'm gonna be the first one to be like, you should probably not do that. Let's talk about it. Let's help each other out here. Like, how can I help you work through these things without all of those negative
Mm-hmm.
coping strategies.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It also helps to have that one person, not even one person, you have multiple, just to talk to who get it and aren't going to judge you.
Yeah.
Because I have friends who I would tell X, Y, and Z to, and they're like, okay, and they'll judge me for it. But then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tell you anymore. But then you have other friends where you can like tell them fully what you want and how you need to be supported and all that stuff. Like I told you guys and a couple other friends how I'm working on just acknowledging certain feelings. Because usually I'm like, oh, I'm okay, it's fine, everything's good. When really it's not. And then I just push it down. And so now I'm more like, I'm not okay, I don't want to talk about it, I'll talk about it when I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm just moving on. But at least acknowledging that feeling, and I feel like you guys haven't pushed back. I've told you whatever's happened, and you're like, that's awesome, how can I help you? Or I'm here when you need me, blah, 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 right? So just having that circle of people that can give you that support and not judgment-free zone for you.
Yeah. Which I feel like a lot of people, it's like a missing link to a lot of people, is they don't confide in anyone else about how they feel.
Like, or the right people.
Yes, they're going to the wrong people who aren't supporting them, who might be judging them, or they're trying to solve all their problems when you just need someone to listen to you.
Yep.
I mean, I am not the best at talking to you guys about how I feel. It's just, I don't know. I've always been the one that people come to with their issues. I've never been the one to go to other people with like how they're feeling, unless it's like this big thing that's going. Otherwise, I just like keep things to myself. So that's something I would like to work on. Is just being more like, oh, Ken and Kirsten aren't going to judge me, or they're not gonna brush me off and not give me the time of day. They're gonna listen. They're gonna talk to me through these things. So
absolutely.
I know you're there.
I know you're there too.
Just don't use.
Remind.
I'm
sorry.
My baby. My honey. Oh, my other baby. They help me with my drama. Okay, baby, get down.
I know, that's what my dogs help with too.
Get down.
I've been leaning on David a lot more than normal because it's been rough.
Well, he's your partner. You should lean on him.
Well, yeah, but like, I want to make sure I don't lean on him too hard.
There's gonna be days. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just like, because I'll tell my therapist XYZ about like what's happened. I was like, well, yeah, I'm always telling David. And then she goes, well, you don't want David to, I think it was like the word resent or something in that along that lines of like him being that person that like you always go to and not get, I'm trying to, well, along the lines of like resent you because you're putting so much on him. And like I understand where she's coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, one, he's my best friend. Yeah. He's my husband. He's my partner. Like he's my person. He should be my number one. And if for some reason I'm not getting that from him, I go to you guys.
Yeah.
Because I can't go to, I can go to certain family members, but at the same time, I'm like, what I want to talk about, I don't want to talk about.
Here's the thing. I wholeheartedly disagree with your statement. Your partner is your partner, and they're supposed to be with you through sickness and health, right? Through thickness and thin, whatever, all that stuff. They're supposed to be that partner. There's going to be days where you're giving 20% and they're giving 80%. There's going to be days where you both are 50-50. There's days where you're giving 100 and he's probably just like, I can't do much.
Yeah.
It's a give and take thing, but your partnership is where you should be able to talk to him about all the stuff. Granted, don't tell him like, no, let me rephrase. Don't unload everything at once. Like, expect him to change the world right then and there.
Yeah.
But he's the person that you should be able to go to no matter what and talk about. And if he resents you for being comfortable for talking with him about your feelings, then that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Then it could be like, okay, I'll work on finding like, hey, do you have space right now to talk with me about this?
Yeah.
And I'm feeling this kind of way, and you have time right now. Like offering that stuff. That's what I try to do with friends is, I'm feeling a certain way. Do you have space right now to talk with me? And do you have space to take on what I'm feeling? Because it's mentally a lot to take on. So you don't want to just do it without being considerate of their stuff too. Maybe a give and take. But I don't feel that's appropriate to say, well, you don't want him to become resentful of you. Because that's what the marriage is.
Yeah.
Is you're the person to go to. Granted, there's things that maybe he doesn't understand. Then yeah, find someone like a girl for girl things.
Yeah.
But like that's what marriage is a partnership, and you're helping each other through it.
No, that makes sense.
And it's your marriage.
Yeah.
You do whatever works best for you guys.
Mhm.
I mean, Alec is starting a new job when he comes back. We already started, but he'll be in the trenches of it. And so I already know going into it, he's going to need to be relying on me for a lot of things. He's going to be stressed, he's going to be overwhelmed. It's completely different from what he was used to doing. And so I know going into it, okay, I know I'm not going to get what I need out of it. I know I'm going to have to support him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure David feels the same way. Of like, I know that Kat is struggling, and I know she's just going to need a little extra of my support.
Yeah.
And so I'm obviously going to be there.
Yeah.
For her.
He's really good about saying that. Like, this week, like, I literally drove to work crying because of a stupid song. That was the day I fucking texted you. And I promised I was doing all the what ifs, and I was fighting that shit with facts, but it wasn't fucking working. And I sent the text, and I told David, I said, I can't today. And he goes, okay, come home, and I'll take care of you, and everything will be okay. It was just the sweetest thing in the world. And then she made it like...
Did you let him take care of you?
I don't remember. I did go home.
But there's also another thing.
Well, like,
let him take care of you.
Well, yeah, I went to work, but yes, I think he took care of me. I mean, this week has also been a blur because this week was fucking insane.
Did you let him take the dogs out in the morning? Did you let him make his own lunch?
I don't remember I don't remember what day this was.
What?
What day was this? Wednesday?
When you texted me?
Yeah. Was it Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday, probably.
Okay, then he was at work, so no.
Maybe.
This is a day I had to text my mom and be like, hey, don't let the dogs out. Because I was already stressed out about that. It's my trauma about Parker, which, speaking of, we've never found Parker. Excuse me.
Keep in mind, Kat texted me and asked me if we were okay.
Yeah, because my brain was like, Sarah doesn't text.
I didn't get a text to tell you we were
because
okay.
we were fine. I knew you and I were fine.
To be fair, I was out of town for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, so...
And I completely, I completely needed to be focused on what I was doing.
Yeah.
So
came home, hit the ground running.
So it was more like, hey, are we okay?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I miss you. It was that kind of a text.
Yeah.
So I was like,
you're being distant. But like, honestly, I don't think that is a terrible response to trauma. I think that is a super appropriate and healthy response. Instead of let's say you felt that I was ignoring you.
Mm-hmm.
And you felt that I was mad at you. So instead of you fighting back and being snippy towards me or ignoring me and trying to make me feel something, being petty, you just said, hey, what's going on? Because then if you started being petty to me, I'd be like,
the fuck?
And then I'd be like, Kat, what's happening? And then it'd be this whole thing that didn't need to happen.
Yep.
Because I've been there.
Yeah.
With other friends. Anyways.
I'm definitely a petty ass person.
You petty? No.
Very petty.
Yeah, I don't want to be on your bad side. Oh god,
You've never been, but Kat has been.
We know.
Kat has seen the pet. No.
Me petty? The fuck?
No, I said you've been on my petty side.
Oh, yes.
Like, I've been petty to you.
Like, at the very beginning, is this what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Or is this recently?
No, it hasn't been recently. Her and I have been good since we've started being really close.
Yeah.
We trauma bonded.
We trauma bonded. But before the trauma bond, I'm very petty.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time. I'm so sorry. I got so pissed at her because I thought she was running a program wrong with a kid. I'd already talked to her once about it, and I come in to remember this. I come in, I go, why are you running this wrong? What is this for? And you're like, I stuttered through the response. I go, it's not what we're doing. And I walked out.
I don't remember this.
Oh my gosh! What is this?
This was probably
spicy.
Yeah, it was still like I think it was like phase 1 or phase 2 or phase 3 of COVID when we came back.
Okay.
And then I went back and I realized I read the thing wrong. I was like, fuck. So I walked up to Kat and I go, I was wrong, sorry. That's all I said. I was like,
I don't remember this, but thank you for the apology.
It was a hot
4 years
half-assed
later.
party.
4 years later, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened, but it was
Clearly, I don't.
One of our BCBAs watched it. She saw me coming, and I was like, she just saw the pissed off look, and she was like, "Who?" She was like, grabbed her popcorn and just watched.
How's this gonna unfold?
Yeah,
I don't remember this, but I want to remember this.
you were in that room that has the door that our one buddy was always in.
Oh,
You were in that room, and I was in the front room where
understood
you
now.
could see through the gate.
Understand now.
Yeah, that was one of the times. I
Oh,
was pissed. But anyways,
didn't mean to make you mad. Oh God, she's eating my brain.
I was wrong. That's the thing. I was wrong, and that's why I came up. I said I was wrong. I'm sorry. But there's times where I will be super petty to you if I think you're pissing me off.
Get down.
Wrong,
Get down.
Wrong Nancy right now.
Get down.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll respond to trauma by getting defensive. Like,
yeah.
especially with Alec, if I'm feeling either unloved, unappreciated, like not respected, whatever.
That was like a
At least
solid
your mouth
6.5.
was
It's awkward, and that's why.
Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it in
Every time we
anymore.
talk,
Every
Let
time
it
I
go. Let it
Get
go.
down, babies. Get down, babies.
Can't eat the popcorn
anyways,
anymore.
there was one time you were being petty with Alec.
You're welcome.
Get down.
Do you want me to be?
No. Encore.
Let it go.
Right.
There are some times, because I've childhood trauma with my mom, and my mom's very narcissistic and controlling, and I'm pretty sure my mom has a bunch of multiple personality disorders and all that stuff. But that translates over into my relationship with Alec, because as you know, a mom, that's like your closest relationship when you're a kid, and so Alec is my closest relationship as an adult. And so anytime I feel like I'm not being heard or I'm being disrespected or anything like that, I can get mean and nasty.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of, like, I don't cry and be like, oh, woe is me. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'll get really defensive on whatever it is. And that's something I'm trying to work on, because that's my initial like trauma response, is to defend myself.
Yeah.
I need to protect myself by either trying to validate how I feel, trying to make him understand how I feel, whatever that may be. So I'm not the best. But that's only with Alec. If it ever happens with you guys, I'll dance around things.
I've seen that.
Um,
There was one time
in, like,
you were blatant. You were to the point with me once.
really?
Yeah.
When was this?
It was. I have a great, fantastic memory. One of our staff had a part-time schedule, and I texted you because you weren't there that day, but I didn't give them. You told me that, like, oh yeah, she has this half-day schedule or this part-time schedule. It's okay, cool, great. But I didn't let Kelly and them know up front, and then we talked about it, and other people yelled at both of us, and then you yelled at me privately.
I think I remember that.
You remember it now? You said not to add salt to the wound.
Yep.
Was the phrase.
Yep.
It's been stuck in
I
there
did
since.
remember that. I did. But that's different. That's like a work relationship
I know,
where I had to put my
still.
like boss hat on.
It was
my
the first boss
director
hat conversation with me, and I was like, okay, sorry.
Those ones are
I've had
hilarious.
those with Kat before. Mostly just about like
Yeah,
tone. That's it.
right. With me, it was the first one. Love
I'm
you.
sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It may not be the last for both of you. I don't know.
I don't know. It better be.
Until you guys become BCBAs and I no longer have to oversee you guys.
I do what I want.
I know.
I follow no rules.
I shut down a lot with confrontation.
I hate fucking
And
confrontation.
if I feel like family or friends or whatever, if you're coming to reprimand me, you're not gonna get any answers from me that day, unless it's a work thing that I will respond. But if it's like a personal level and you're like, this, blah, 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 and you come at me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm shutting down. You're not going to get any response from me right in that moment.
You gotta go.
Gotta go. I'll sit there and you will listen. I'll listen to whatever you have to say, but then I'll process everything and I'll
In
walk
out
away.
ear, in one ear, out the other.
Kind of. Like I'll process it, but don't expect any answer right then and there because it's not happening. I will have to go to myself, think about it, respond in my head how I want to respond, and then respond that way. I'm having to learn to give a compliment sandwich to people if I'm having to give them feedback, or if I get feedback, having to give compliment sandwich back in response to the feedback.
Oh, there's not a lot left.
I'm going to the bottle. Hence why I came to you for my positive sandwich advice about a certain situation that I was struggling with, and you gave me really good feedback about it because
Oh,
To give
Personal?
a compliment
Yep.
sandwich?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
haven't used it, but I got it in my back pocket.
There you go.
No, I totally get that. Sometimes it's so easy to just shut down because, one, you don't want to respond the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
But also sometimes
I don't know how to respond.
you don't know how.
Yep.
You're like, what am I supposed to do with this information?
Right, you just came at me. It's not like we're in a courtroom.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm a lawyer,
But
I
it's
plead the fifth.
right?
Sometimes I wish I could do that. But
I
it's
mean,
honestly okay to not give someone a response if you don't. Good job.
Do you want to do the other one?
If you don't feel like you are prepared to
Oh,
respond,
God.
okay. Someone.
Also, yes on the wings.
Okay.
Oh, he's good. No spices?
No, we going.
Okay.
Oh, is he taking us?
Yeah.
You don't have to respond, and that's something that I've had to learn with Alex because sometimes he will choose to not respond in the moment, not because he's shutting down or because he's feeling some type of way, but because he wants to respond in the most appropriate way, which is like a super healthy, mentally stable thing that I've not mastered yet. But like for you, it's okay. It's okay to shut down. Like, it's not bad.
Well, like,
Let yourself have that time to figure it out. It's better than like blowing up.
I have only ever blown up on Tim. And I have, it's called reactive abuse. It's that because Tim and I had such an abusive relationship back and forth because he would react a certain way, and I have triggers from the way he would react, and he would do X, Y, and Z, and I'd get upset because, so he's fully deaf, can't hear me, but if we get into arguments, he could just literally close his eyes or just focus on whatever, turn the lights off, and he's good, you don't have to hear nothing. The conversation is done then.
That's
for him.
frustrating.
But if I were to walk away or I would be done with the conversation, he would still keep yelling at me. And I could still hear, like, he still got his last word in, but I would never be able to get my last word. And so then I'd react, and it was so explosive with him and I that, like, I am a very patient person.
Yeah.
And I was not patient with him. There was no patience. The patience were completely burnt through.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, times I would throw things at him
Yeah.
in the middle of a fight because he would just keep going and yelling and screaming and pushing it. And I would get so mad he wouldn't leave me alone.
Yeah.
Wouldn't respect like the boundary of no or all of that or I'm walking away. He wouldn't respect that, and I would react and start throwing things to him, just leave me alone or like pushing away, like things like that. But otherwise, I've learned now with my kid because I still have times where if I get too overstimulated. And my kid has seen this where she's pushed me so much I literally take my hands and I clap them so hard together
Really?
to keep myself from wanting to spank her.
Okay.
And
that's very appropriate.
Thank you. And or I'll like my bed is love my bed. But she'll keep pushing and pushing and pushing just like her dad. And it's just like she doesn't respond to no, and yes she's 6 and all that stuff, whatever, right? But she thinks it's funny, like her dad, and it's causing secondhand trauma because it's making me react the way I did with him. And it's not her fault; she doesn't know any better. So I don't ever like get mad at her for that. It's more of a trigger response, and so I will like hit my bed. I'll hit my pillow. I'll like smack things. Yes, I still scream at her, but I like that's the most I do. And
Yeah, you're only human.
Right.
And I think it is so silly for people, just on a quick tangent, for parents to be perfect.
Yeah.
oh yeah, and that's
Just
what
saying.
we're working on in therapy is
saying.
like there's no handbook for parenting. There's no like this is what it is, like this is your first time doing it, and she would, and that's where I'm like, oh, I suck at this, I suck at that, and she goes, but you handle that beautifully. Because while yes, I'll respond negatively, I still go back in that moment and tell Nova, hey, mommy told you to be all done. Mommy said ask for space. Mommy said this, and I've been telling her, I've asked no, I've said no, I've said stop. If you keep going, mommy's gonna get more upset, and mommy doesn't want to start yelling. Mommy doesn't want to start throwing things. Please stop. And she kept going, and then I started screaming, and she's like, Mom. And then I went back and I said, I asked you to stop. I told you what would happen if you kept going. I'm sorry that I yelled at you, but it was at the point where mommy was overstimulated and mommy couldn't help it, and it just happened. I am sorry. And my therapist was like, how you handled that, how you modeled it, how you showed her that you're human and you go through these emotions and things happen, it's normal. And she goes, kudos to you, because she needs to see that. She needs to see that you don't have it all together. And so that's what we're working on personally, is that.
Yeah.
And it's hard. And it's been triggering at home with that. I'm just burnt out.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to do with a 6-year-old right now. And the stress of that.
Yeah.
Which just adds so much more. Because then I'm sure you like see some of yourself in her, and like you want to do things differently. But then you also see some of like her dad and her, and some of the negative things, which can be triggering. And I can't even imagine how hard that is.
Right, exactly. And so I try not to say things like you're just like your dad, because I hate that. And I don't want her having the same thoughts that I have of, oh, this is my dad's reaction, or this is how my mom would have to handle things. X, Y, and Z. I just want to know, like, you're your own person.
Yeah.
Well, this is what happens if you act this way and you don't listen to people's words. This is the consequence.
Yeah.
So it's hard, but we're working through it.
Anyways, I think overall I'm very proud of us, because I feel like I've seen you guys grow in your lives and in how you're dealing with things, and I've seen myself grow, and I think we'll just continue to be better and have grace with ourselves and try to be mature and grown and better than like our parents, because I want to be better than my parents.
Yeah.
That's where I got a lot of my trauma from. No, my dad's great.
But that's the goal. Either with or without trauma, my goal is for Nova to be the better version of me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a positive goal to have, is you're not gonna have it all down and not gonna know everything, which is human. But to like take your parents' lessons that they've learned and learn from them and grow from them.
And if you are still dealing with your own demons, your kids are gonna see that. And I think it's like a cool thing that your kids are kind of there to push you to be the better version of yourself. Because I would hate to have a kid and then see my insecurities, because I've not dealt with them, or my issues because I haven't dealt with them, and then they think that's normal.
But it's also okay for them to see you while you deal with it too.
Yes, but as long as I'm doing it in an appropriate way to model, like, it's okay to have these feelings, this is how we can handle them, this is how you move on from them.
Because that's how they see. Because you don't want to give this wrong image of mommy's perfect, mommy knows everything, mommy X, Y, Z, daddy, all this stuff. You want them to see like you're human and that you don't always have it together and that you're still working through things. And then that way they learn healthy boundaries for themselves. They don't expect perfection.
It's a very good point.
I learned that this week in therapy.
Nice.
We love therapy.
I was in in-person therapy with my girl. I loved it. She was going to do every other session. I go, sure. Fucking West Phoenix.
I would love to do in-person therapy with my therapist, but I get really awkward in person.
I do too.
My person's in Utah, so I can never do in person.
Me. Oh, I'm a baby. My old one was in Massachusetts.
Dang.
You're the source of all my stress. I love you. My puppy.
You're so pretty.
My puppy. She was
she's still a puppy.
Oh, you're looking at my toes.
She was a part of our first podcast, remember? Parenting.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And now she's a big, come here. Go show them how big you are.
Look how big you are now.
Oh,
we big dog.
Fit her in.
Get a big baby. My big puppy.
We big puppy. Should we get your
It's been a
sissy?
year.
I know, I've had him for a year
1
now.
year.
Yep.
Well,
Let's go
it's been
get
since our
Sissy.
podcast.
That's true. Happy birthday podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fitting that we're changing our name after a year.
It works.
Rebrand time, baby. Okay,
I think
We should put them in the
those three,
comments.
Yeah.
we're gonna put some names in the comments and let us know if you think they're good enough and what we should name our podcast. I think Mentally Ill Misfits is great,
I like all three of them.
but I also love Panic at the Podcast.
That because it doesn't have any. We don't have to rename.
Yeah.
Because what if my diagnoses come back and I'm not bipolar? No, I really am bipolar, but still.
Well, if Pat is diagnosed with something completely off the wall.
Yeah, that's not even.
I
like
mean,
mental
I'm
illness. She's a conundrum.
I'm just GAD. I'm just a
'Cause I
generalized
also-
anxiety
I
disorder.
also have GAD, and I also have major depressive disorder. So I have
But that
three.
also, I had those two too,
Mhm.
and that are also symptoms of bipolar disorder and
Oh,
ADHD.
Maybe you are.
And
so you've
autism.
got to.
Oh, David
I
100%
autism.
thinks I'm on the autism spectrum.
I
What?
think I'm on.
He
autism.
100% thinks I'm on autism.
Really?
Mhm.
Do you have
I don't see
sensory
that.
issues?
I do.
I have sensory issues too.
Well, ADHD also has sensory issues.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't either, but it's just funny. He goes,
I think you're
I'm special.
ADHD as heck, though.
But see, ADHD and autism are on the same spectrum, are under the same umbrella. The
They're
DSM-5.
they're comorbid
Yeah.
disorders where if you have autism, you most likely have ADHD as well.
You can have ADHD and bipolar.
You might. You should get diagnosed with both.
Yeah, touch that shoulder.
Anyway,
That got weird.
are we wrapping up?
Yes, we're wrapping.
Yeah.
I kind of stay late and eat some chicken wings. Apparently, they were getting.
We're going to get chicken wings.
Chicken
Chicken
wings.
wings.
Chicken bologna, chicken
Oh.
macaroni, chilling with my homies.
I had the whole song wrong.
What did you think it was?
I said apples and something.
You have no idea. That's wrong. What was that? Are we done here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.